Namaste, Big Cat. Welcome or welcome back to Frequency Phoenix 555 for your message or messages. Come in, Big Cat. I've got intel. They, them and want you to shut the F up. They want you to button it, put a sock in it, pack it in. Be a people pleaser forever. Well, guess what I think about that? It's on, mate. We're going to talk about them. We can never stop the talking. Why? Because we talks the truth. Pinkies up. I had to slap the screen again to make you know we're not having it, blood. Scotty. Outrageous. Just a second, darling dears. Something's about to cut off. Where is it? I'm looking for the plug for my speaker so I can hear myself. Better. Right, they want you to shut up, eh? They want you to shut up, eh? They don't want you to talk about nothing, eh? They want you to be mindless and what? Lost in the fucking ease, blood, just like them. Well, it ain't happening. Not on my watch. Are you loving my new tablet? I spent many an hour considering what I wanted to put on it. I wanted color, I wanted life, and you know I love the purple, so I had to lead with that. And shades of it, but not the pinky purple, the mulberry. Don't like it. Vomit on that. Anyhow, as I was saying, before we go in, shall we kick off with the what? The Serenity Prayer. Father God, give me the courage to change the things I can change, the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, dummy bats, the things I cannot change, and the wisdom to know the difference. Amen. So be it, moat. Energies, hop. They wanted your heartbeat to go like that as you shut up, right? Let's take a look at the planetary energies, darling dears. The moon, the skullduggerous moon that only stays, 2.5 days in a sign, likes to get around there to share out its energies. The moon moves from Gemini to Cancer this morning. It's going to push you into a situation where you want to speak your truth. Don't be shy. Talk the things, Big Cat. Do it. It's time to let it off so you can set it off. Set off the boundaries, blood. They, them and will attempt to overtalk you, right? Not allow you to get your 2 cents in a conversation or explain the situation from your standpoint, which is the good foot. They still want to be on the hoof, the devil's hoof. But I digress again. That's why setting boundaries is important right now for you, darling dears. Doing this will ensure that you are treated correctly by they, them, and allowing you to take back your power grid again. Stand your ground, Scotty. When they, them, and try to push their views onto you, their views that they get out the crack of the devil himself. Yes, I told you. Full on fire and brimstone peppered with the sulfur, darling dears. Saying exactly what you mean isn't something that most of us was trained to. From childhood, you was taught the art of what? People pleasing, blood. Don't want to come off as being what? Arrogant or inconsiderate. Well, guess what? You better what? Zip yourself into that suit today, blood, and talk the things. When you speak up and say your true, darling dears, you won't be disappointed in yourself. You won't leave the conversation feeling as though you need to take a hammer to your cranium and biting your tongue and punching you in your face, punching yourself in the face because you know what you should have said, but you didn't. We ain't doing that shiznai anymore. No. Yesterday we was advised not to do it, which was well. And I've said to myself, I'm here minding my own business. What could I possibly be biting my tongue on? And then the devil turned up. Good God, I'm telling you, it will find you in your peace and tranquility as you get to the bag, scratching my hand. I'm telling you, life is a metaphor and Skrilla is a foot. Don't talk about that. No, you don't tell them about your income or your finances. Why? They'll come and try to say, can you borrow me this? Or they'll hate you for it. Well, guess what? We've already gone to the 9. I told you. Isolation, darling, there is key when dealing with dummy bats that wants to overtalk you. So you don't disappoint yourself. Talk it up. And when you talk it up, you don't end up resenting other people, right? They don't know that they've gone from the frying pan to the fire and they couldn't give 2 figs or 1 good damn. You're walking around taking the poison, waiting for them to die. It'll never happen. You'll end up looking bitter, twisted, living in the past with what? Chloroform and duct tape, mate, because you might as well have that on when you're around people and you're not telling them your truth, right? You'll avoid regrets, right? Life's too short for regrets, mate, especially when you've got to tell a dummy bat exactly how much of a bat they are. Yes, baby. And you'll feel good about yourself. You'll feel fabulous, gorgeous, and lovely. You will. Being assertive is good for you, big cat. It's good for your blood flow. It's anti-aging, right? Yes. Be assertive. It increases your self-confidence and makes you believe you're taking control of your life. Because you are. Because you talk the things. And they want you to shut the F up. Put a button on it. Being considered nice. It's nice. It's nice. But it doesn't win you friends. Right? Acquaintances maybe. And backstabbers, right? And people that like to push you around. Yeah, you'll win a lot of that. Right? But you won't get promotions and you won't get respect. Sometimes you have to understand, darling dear, respect when it's being handed out by a dummy bat. You have to take the respect from them by shutting that shit down with your words, blood. I told you, we've got a lexicon. And what? You've been note-taking. You've been what? Adding to it. And you must have what? 3 go-tos, right? In case you're caught in a situation where they want you to shut up. If you write them down, I told you, there's nothing, listen, nothing is stronger than a good post-it note. I told you, babe. Always be prepared. I know the people pleasing is hard, is a very hard cloak to take off, darling dear. But if you've got it on a post-it note, how you're going to handle the situation, trust and believe. The dummy bats will turn up, mate, right? But you'll be ready for them. Ready. And what? Quick to talk the things. My hand is scratching wild today. Skrilla is a foot, darling dears. When you talk the things, was it? A closed mouth never gets fed. And it will bring you to the point of ad nauseum, the point of sickness, blood. When you are what, cum laude? You come with honors, mate. Why? You are the prototype of your lineage. You've broken generational curses. And they still would like to damp you down. Why? Because you're winning. And you was underestimated always, darling dear. Underestimated. Big mistake. Big mistake for them. When you know who you are and you tap into your superpowers according to your North Node, darling. I nearly said South Node. Someone's living in the South Node. They need to stay in that bitch and not try to overtalk you when you're telling the truth and the things about them. And sometimes you don't have to be mean. You're just describing them and you're not being mean. No. You're just talking the things. Fist bump. Let's dive into these peccadillos. Yes, baby, then don't want you to talk. what's going on with my shit? There's something wrong with this shit. Because I changed it on the battery. Remember I spoke about it yesterday. Just bear with me a second, darling dears. Because I know how to sort this shit out. Going back into the something, right? Touch the battery, yeah. Then touch the battery again. But it's on an hour. So listen, I don't know what's going on here. I'm being picked on by my electronics. Right? But let's go back to what I was saying. As I was saying, they would like you to shut up, darling dears. Right? But you have to remember, Polbris Anam. Out of many, there's one. And you better be a big mouth, big cat when it comes to what your power grid, darling dears. No one's going to just come to save you. You may think or think you've got a friend until you get into a group. The same group, they were stabbing you in your back. Yes, baby, these snakes straight out of the crevice of the devil's balls. That same group. And they won't defend you. And then they'll try to what? Shine you on, blood, by putting F shit in your face so that your words will seem like nothing. Because you're better than them, darling dear. And they know it. And they've got to live with it. Because you're the underestimated wild card. Blessed and highly favored. No weapon formed. Well, they form their weapons. But it's been boomeranged back at them. F-O-H. F-O-H. Fist bump. Pinkies up. Let's carry on. We need some charms on the table first, darling dears. Yes, yes. Queen the Empress. Them is sickening. And guess what? When they're trying to overtalk you, they've got Scallower terrorizing their mouth corner from the what? The shit that collects in that corner. If only. If only. Only one came out, darling dear. Imagine that. What did I say? Yin and yang. Bring balance to the situation, darling dear. Understand that you are protected by the Alpha and Omega. And if you don't talk it up, you won't get fed. You'll be fed on fucking ease, blood. Regret and upset. All things the big cat must avoid at all costs. You get the balance, darling dear. Absolutely lovely. Love it. It's lovely. Equilibrium being brought back into your life. This also speaks about the balance of moderation. Some of you will be saying, but Case, if I talk it up, it's going to cause a problem. Well, F them. F them. The problem will be in their cranium. They can't put their hands on you. It's rich white lady season. And we all have a name. If they want, what, hand-to-hand combat? No. This is not about what? Tongue wrestling, darling. You're not arguing with a fool. Because you look like two dummy bats arguing, blood. You just describe them and keep it pushing, blood. Fist bump. Yeah. Bring the balance and step on. Step away. Let's see who's in the chat before I dive on. Right. Free to be. New face in this place. Big cat wave. Carol Mustika, you was patient, darling dear. Pinkies up. Keshi Washington. Nicolette. What are you saying? Big up yourself, Nicolette. Who is here? Awakened. Isis Goddess. 888. Who's that? Victoria Talks. Hello, darling dear. What going? You good? You alright? Kemet. Is it TU or 2? There's Millie Dalaprida. Your name is fabulous, darling dear. I'll say it again. Millie Delaprida, Alexis Holmes. Pressure, always turning up, and Slim Jim, Wagwan, Fist Bump, Dark Side 7, Big Cat Wave, and anyone else I haven't mentioned? Namaste. You know I can be a chatty cat. I've got to press on, Scotty, to see why they want you to shut the fuck up. Right, let's get our overall energy around it. What is it about you that's getting them, and what? At Hockey Sticks of Dawn, this basura trying to climb out of the dustbin, the trash bags. What's the matter with them? Well, perception, darling dear. The way they see things is skewed and squiffy. You see yourself as healed. They want your heart to be out of your body, something to look at, so they can what? Use it as dartboard practice, blood. Change your perception, darling dear, about yourself and what you have to say. Speak from the heart is what I see. The butterfly speaks about transformation. A new day is dawning, darling dear. And you've got no time to be what? Pulled about by a branch that is no root in your life, darling dear. Look what else turned over. I'll fix that back. Yes, baby. Insecure, darling dear. This is why they want you to shut up. Because every time you speak, what's the matter? I told you their perception of you is coming from the bottom of the pot. Their pot. What's that? The mud heart. They're insecure, darling dear. Pressed, pumped, and perturbed about what you've got going on. Yes. They allowed the devil in. I'm also seeing the Neptune energy, right? Lean in, big cat. Neptune is about the imagination, dreams, and disillusions, darling dear. They're full on disillusioned in their cranium, right? And this looks like a mouth talking. They're insecure about the things that you've got to say. Oh well. As you are on your quest for destiny, right? You're about to what? Clear up a confusing thing or two, mate. You're about to what? Get into their shell light and tell them how it goes. Yes. Those dusty, dismal days. You are chosen, darling dear. And again, we see the energy of the Alpha and Omega, the yin and the yang of it all. And you know who you are. You've read your birth natal chart, haven't you? Yes, you've become somewhat of a rebel and a rogue, eh? Pinkies up. Love it. I don't hate it. What else do we need to know about these marauders? One more card before we press on. Yes, baby. They're stuck, darling. They're stuck on you. They don't know whether to run, jump, squat, or pee. They don't know what to do, darling. They are stuck. They don't know whether to go left or right. And it also speaks about grounding. This person is ungrounded. And look at all of them talking about you behind your back, darling dear. Well, at least they've got the good manners and the good foresight to speak only behind your back, darling dear, because you are going center stage with what you've got going on. This is harvest season according to the full moon behind you, darling dears. A time to what? Harvest your intentions and your wishes, right? Things that you let fly by on past moons. Time for you to let rip, mate. Stand your ground, Scotty, and say what you've got to say. Base of the deck. Oh, God. Yes, baby, we lead with forgiveness. Forgive and you shall be forgiven. I've told you this many times. Don't take the battery acid that they try to pour into your shell like and live in your life for a more. No, babe. They are tree sloth and they're from the backwoods, darling dears. And you're going to educate them on what's going on. Yeah, they're going to discover the new you. Oh, well. Well, they spoke it up, darling dear. They wanted your attention. Now you're going to what? You realize throwing that painted stick with a big fat wet one on it didn't work. So now they've got your full attention, blood. And they didn't realize that you're what? Proverbs 12:24. You're a hustler. And you're about to what? You hustle them with your true. Pinkies up. Yes, this and that. Let's get the deck. Should we use the vamp? No, I don't really. I like the vampire deck, right? But I don't love it. Base of the deck, the moon. This is what I'm saying. The bad energy around them, right? Bad friends, bad family member, jealous of you. But what was in the dark is about to come to light, darling dear. The moon is represented by Pisces as well as Cancer energy. It also tells us, darling dear, that these back, front, neck stabbing snakes, right, are what? Releasing some kind of fear. They want to release the fear, and it also speaks about you releasing your fear of speaking your truth. I told you, don't let the disillusionment of this person being what? A wordsmith or what? They're going to be wicked with the gossip. They're going to talk about you anyway, blood. But they're not going to tell anyone when you put them in their place with your common sense, that whole flip-flop that you're now renting out like an Airbnb. Fist bump. That was a slow mix, wasn't it? I was like, what's going on? Right. I'm going to use a spread today. It's called my What's Going On spread. What's the theme of this little chat? Ah, 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 yeah. Look, everything I said is here. High Commander Decepticons that abuse their position around you. If you're in a job, you're being pushed around by a peon, right? A page, right? Because you're about to speak your truth, because you're living with the common sense blood. Yes, no longer mentally entrapped by anything they said in the past. You're about to offer up your 2 cents worth, mate, and you're not going to be sorry because they bloody deserve it. I want one card, and this is messing me up, right? Thank you. Because you're strong in them streets, and it also speaks about controlling the narrative, darling dears. You've got all of the facts. The Four of Pentacles speaks about the gathering season and getting what you truly deserve on this Malkuth. And in this case, somebody's gathered facts on the internet. They've put together a whole what? Audio of evidence, as they say in law enforcement, on what's going on. This is also what? Protecting the foundation and the security you've created yourself. You're about to dress someone down, tell them right off. Who do they think they are? Jealous, twisted, and left out. And they're about to get your Ace of Swords. Clarity and wisdom, blood. So what went on in the past that caused you to what? Boss up at this point? Block party. And it also speaks about being protected from certain situations and circumstances, because you are unique, darling dear. In the past, you attempted to what? Stand your ground, right? And gain control of your situation, your finances, right? Your common sense, your flip-flop, right? A new home, a new car, a new job, right? You had to stand your ground against what? Split the deck. Your independence. They didn't like the fact that you was breaking out, darling dear. Breaking out, and you've had nothing but slow but steady progress. Naughty big cat. Was it flash off both shoulders and give what? One quick pelvic thrust? Yeah. Slow but steady progress. This is what they didn't like. Okay. 9 of P's is also what? You was drama free. You weren't putting up with it, mate. You protected your mental health. And in turn, as you move forward, listening to higher knowledge, intel, darling dear, you was in turn protected. Again, this speaks about standing your ground about past dramatic situations, which is no longer drama for you. But they haven't forgotten, darling dear. They want to control your narrative. Give it to them, darling dears. This is present energy. Drop that burden off at their domicile, their cranium. Give it to them. 10 of Wands. Release, darling dear. You have to release, and you're going to be what? Vigorous with it. Listen, now don't go to tussling, right? But tell them like it is, and put your back into it, darling dear. And get creative when you're telling them. Listen, just describe them alone. When describing their character alone will have them what? Back at Insecure Street. Yeah, where they wanted you to be. Give it to them. What did I say? Give it to them. This is about releasing that emotional burden. And it will be what? Stress releasing. Right? They wanted you to constantly be imprisoned by the things they said and did to you. Right? Mental health issues. That's what they wanted. Would they visit you in the mental health house? I don't know. I doubt it. Right? The next question we're going to ask, right, is the future. This is about what? Breaking bonds and soul ties, right? Moving away from the frenemies, right? Making a true choice, right? Not to be caught out like that ever again. This is about what? Taking control of the narrative and speaking your truth in all circumstances. You don't need no associates. You don't need no frenemies. You don't need those distant family relatives, that are as dusty as the pyramids. Good God. You're making right choices, darling dear. Love is in Gemini energy on its face. This is also blocking out of a lover, a past lover, even though this is future energy, darling dear. You had to stand your ground. You was protected from them. Why? Because they were flipping controlling and was what? I'm getting that. Getting in a situation with someone who wasn't established. You were single and independent, darling dear. When you get into a situation with someone who is what? Not established. They ain't got no money. They ain't got no career, right? And they ain't got a plan, right? They will beat you with their what? Insecurities, which they did until you change the perception of yourself in that situation. You're a big cat. Continue to make the right choices. The lover's on its face. This also speaks about a loner in the upright, but this is about mingling, darling dear. This is about you no longer allowing yourself to be in destructive relationships with those that like to manipulate your craniums. Learning how to be detached, not getting and taking it personal because you realize that you're dealing with insecure entities, right? Learning how to stand your ground, Scotty. Speaking your truth. Moon on its face, darling dear. Somebody's disillusioned and a full-on liar. Oh, and spell casting too. Look at this. Look at this plethora of orgy of evidences, darling dear. King of Peas on its face. Somebody who's gossiping, a high-commanded Decepticon, narcissist, sociopath, psychopath, all of the above, darling dear. Spell casting, yeah. They've got a what? Professional mistress, right? And some secrets are about to be revealed, or a truth is about to be told to them about their situation, darling dear. Something that they wanted kept in the dark. What did I say? What's in the dark is about to come to light, darling dears. The King of Pentacles is somebody who gambled on you, darling dear. This is all past energy coming back through again. They're strong in them streets, darling. They're stuck on you. Yeah, unable to move backwards or forwards. Still in front of the sign that says you can't F off past this point. They need to take the energy and lead with that, darling dear. But you're going to tell them, darling dear, about this situation. Well, you did tell them about a situation. One that came with lies, secrets, spell castation, malicious words, gossip, slander, all of the above. All because of this King of Pentacles. We already saw him as him or her, because you know gender is fluid in tarot, right? We already saw them as the Emperor in reverse. The best course of action for you to take in this situation: don't build no bonds with any of the toxic from the past, darling dear. Leave them where they are. They are broke pocketers and they're going nowhere fast. This also speaks about the loss of finances and what? Releasing those friends that was never your friends, darling dear. They was just waiting for you to fall down on your face, darling dear. Never get up. From the 4 to the 3, I told you a loss in finances, a loss in status, and also a loss in their health. Yeah. What they wanted for you. Don't do anything in that situation. Not physically, darling dear. And sure as she's naive, don't offer up any of your good, hard-earned skrilla to help out their situation. Because a borrower will always be a borrower. And anyone wanting to borrow from me, I get an assumption about you. Especially if you've got hair on your panani and they're a parent. Listen. The next question, darling dears, is what is the outside influences? Someone who ain't going nowhere fast, darling dear. Stuck right in the what? Passive aggressive. Wants to tongue wrestle. The star card on its face is somebody who's had a lack of growth. No spiritual guidance. These outside influences. And they can't compete where they don't compare, darling dear. And they know it. They know that they're a bottom feeder. right? This is somebody who is what? Stuck in their feelings, darling. They're all in their emotional, so they're being controlled by that. Yeah, the ones also speak about active energies, and it also speaks about what? Spiritual attachments, darling dear. STDs of the mind, body, and soul. Something that they can't wash off, mate. They need to take a knee. They definitely need to take said knee. Casting aspersion on your name, saying all of this and that, and everything they say about you, they're only speaking their true life, darling dears. What did I say? Merchant of slander. Looking for guidance, trying to guide themselves into your shit. 55 speaks about let it go, baby. Don't get involved, right? What's this? Because they're broke pocketers, right? Their health is going down, right? What's this? They're trying to what? Come into you, right? And pretend that they're not a blessing blocker, right? They flipping are. They're going to appear to have done what? A wash and scrub up to look better in your eyes, darling dear, right? But you better remember, you're the one with the pinkies up, right? Sun energy, self vitality, and what? Sense of purpose, darling dear. The fifth house. The fifth house, again, as I said, is the Leo of it all. It also speaks about your creativity, darling dears. The fifth house also speaks about drama, right? You've got a new chapter with your plans within plans. They're under the boomerang effect because of your achievements and accolades. And this is the epiphany of it all. It's all because what you did. And I told you, Merchant of Slander is telling on their damn self. They should be more grateful that they've got what? The air that God gave us all to what? Co-create and bend the matrix. But they're not using common sense. It's a superpower around this outside influences. These people, well, they said they was people. They are an opportunist, right? Trying to be what? Dexterous in your life. Forgive them, darling dears, and you will be forgiven. I've told you this already. Matthew 6:14. Forgive them. And tell them like it is, mate, so that they don't come back. Put a flea in their ear. Hopes and wishes. King of Wands. The King of Wands, I'm going to read the energy, not the person. The King of Wands is someone who is charming, darling dear. This is a natural born leader, spiritually gifted and guided, right? The lizard speaks about what? Your vision, being able to hold your vision. It also speaks about coming into something very quickly. What are you trying to come into? Listen, telling someone like it is. Emperor in reverse, what did I say? You're about to give them their 2 cents and speak the truth, darling dear. Your energy is what? Taking active movement. And what? Dealing with these dummy bats. You see the phone's ringing? Confirmation, darling dear. Someone repeating negative cycles, right? Living with the choices that they freely made, right? Would love to come back into your situation, but if you're co-parenting with this person is a page. They come with page energy. You're going to tell them exactly like it is. Tell them the truth about their situation and what they did, darling dear. In the Queen's English, right? So they can be clear that you're not having it, mate. You're only in the season of equal give and take, and you are being gifted from the Most High. We see the scales. It speaks about what? Agent of karma, Libra energy. Justice is about to be delved out, and you're going to be given all and sundry your 2 cents worth as you claim back your power grid. What's this? When you speak your truth, darling dear, somebody's going to lose all their emotional faculties. They're not going to be able to hold themselves back. It's going to rend them, mate. The same blade that they wanted you on, darling dear. They're going to be on it. Yeah. They're going to act like what you said, right, didn't touch them right in that black space they call a heart chakra. But trust and believe it's going to affect them, darling dear. This is someone that should have been loyal to you, darling dear. Didn't see that you had a what? Paw in the fight. Their perception was through their own eyes. They was what? Putting a them on you. They can go and eat shit as you count your skrillers. Yeah. Final outcome. Your 10 of cups, darling dear. And it fell into my lap and fell back upright again, darling dear. 10-10 for transformation and completion. This is for your own emotional well-being, darling dear. That you speak your truth. You don't shut the F up. You talk up the things, right? And everybody will be happy in your domicile. And listen, we haven't got the time on this Malkuf to waste, right? Holding on to bitterness and not speaking our truth. Speak it up, darling dear, in order to get the emotional balance back in your life. Always speak it up. It's got left on the table. What does this mean? Guidance. Told you they're living in their South Node, High Commander Decepticon, Healing Begins, and Cancer energy. These people could be of a water energy, needs to what? Go and heal themselves somewhere over there outside your perimeter. They need guidance, mate. And you're about to give them. You're about to give it to them without the Vaseline. They're going to understand that they, right, are the said lazy dog that must eat the dirty pudding. They flew too fast past their nest and there's no coming back, right? Because you're strong in them streets, spiritual and, what? Physical, darling dear. Talk the truth. They're gonna say what they got to say, but it will hold no water, darling dears, because you're still going to be the Queen of Pentacles in everybody's eyes. The wicked always have time for foolishness. It's such a big deck. Enjoyed beating you. Oh! What's this? A certified ass kicker? Gift wrapped shit? Good God. They enjoyed beating you. Oh, they like to give you a two-piece and not from KFC, right? Took their trauma out on you. All their exes were abused. And you was grade A supply, eh? They want your battery, your power grid, and they want you... Listen, you better pay attention to this soul surgery, right? Don't flipping trust them, right? Put your third eye on them beaches and mitches, right? It's a red flag buffet. Sometimes you just have to speak to these seedy skullduggerous ones, right? You have to talk. Sometimes you have to. Yeah, I know East Island is Stevie Wonder, but if they force your attention and put themselves in your crosshairs, what's the cat to do but tell them like it is, darling dear? Tell them like it is. Tap, tap, tap on that cranium with the truth roof. Pinkies up. And you must do it with no emotional overflow, darling dear. I look at your pictures every day trying to manifest you back and possibly touching themselves. Good God. Right? In Kiefer and Malkuth, they're on the docket, darling dear. Judgment, we already saw the Libra scales on the 6 of Pentacles, darling dear. Court proceedings is afoot. You have to talk it up, darling dear. And you have to forgive them. Because if you don't forgive them, none of this can be called. In Keitha, it can't. You have to forgive them. Someone say, no, I can't forgive. I'll just move on. No, because you've still got it on your soul what they did. Unforgiveness gives them the power, right, to manifest you back, right? And it also puts you in the what frequency to attract more of the same bottom tree sloth kind from the backwoods into your hemisphere. Know this, darling dears. Yeah. Somebody wants to turn back the hands of time. Something R. Kelly can't do. And if they're in a union, we saw it was the Queen of Cups, sorry, the High Priestess, and I believe it was the King of Cups. No, it was the King of Pentacles in reverse. If they've got children with this High Priestess, the professional mistress, right? They hate their children with a passion, right? And they know they're being cheated on. I told you, the High Priestess, the professional mistress. Nobody's saying go to court for that. What's this? They're stalking you, right? They've got fake profiles. They're acting in a single white female kind of a way, right? Ooh, and somebody's what? Stolen the identity of somebody else. Well, guess what? They're going to be found out, darling dear. Full of red flag buffet. They didn't cover their tracks, right? The fact that you've changed your hair, your clothes, your speech, your job, your beauty, your strength, your what? Prosperity. And you're not fighting with them, darling dear. The Karmic is jealous. Because you got it like that, big cat. Chosen of your lineage. Jealous of your everything. One more card and then we've got to get on with our day. If we're going to get one, let it be a clean slate, darling dear. Get it off your chest. You'll feel like you're walking on cloud 9. If you've got something to say, you say it. We've also got court proceedings, right? If they've been what? Stabbing you in your back and it's what? Heinous. And you've got proof. Defamation of character. Cardi B showed you can win in the civil court. You can get a civil case going in the UK for about 200 or 300 skrillers. Right? Because you can't F with the blessed. You are alpha male or female, darling dear. You was born to be on top. And they was meant to look at your crack as you told them, don't come back. Told you about the STD of the mind, body and soul. Some of them have a whole death sentence on them, right? And they need to seek medical help or spiritual treatment in the form of an exorcism. Split this deck. Sneak up on them, blood. They're not going to see it coming because you move in silence, darling dear. The 2 and the 7 goes to a 9. You're the hermit, darling dear. You're wise, Virgo energy. You isolated yourself from these bottom-feeding, obnoxious ones that love to cause the havoc in your life. The H is for the what? The harlot or aka Jezebel, right? With a harem, right? The A is for the advocate of the gingivitis, right? The V is for the victim who becomes a shapeshifter and really mean, really mean. Right? They're obnoxious. That's the O and the C. It's because they're a copycat. They wanted to get the Echo Praxicon. Copy your gangster. They don't know how you got this strong, darling dear. Able to stand your ground, Scotty. Well, guess what? You're about to speak the truth, Roof. Pinkies up to them. You're going to tell them to take their emotional tampon off to the professional mistress and leave it there. This merchant of slander, I can't make it up. Whomsoever is a mistress or a thruppler, right? Someone who knew about you, darling dear. All they can do is talk about you. The 4 and the 8 goes to what? It goes to a 12, which is number 1, the hangman, stuck on you. And then it goes down to a 3, darling dear. Empress of everything. You are badass. And you've got those badass alchemist ways. And it's time for you to speak your truth in every situation. Never you forget, darling dears, a closed mouth never gets fed. And as I always say, don't get smoked. Don't smoke yourself. They want you to shut the F up. Well, guess what? Say, this is outrageous. This wanted to come out. Say, how now, brown cow? Right? And kick them out of that comfort zone, right? Into the common sense region where you are what? The captain, the coach, right, of delivering what needs to be delivered unto whom so it needs to be delivered, darling dear. From the ashes, baby. Namaste. It's a jungle out there, big cat. But you are king or queen of said jungle, darling dears. Their hearts will be beating like this when you give them the full extent of your intellect. They're trying to what? Shade your infinite possibilities. Why? Because you dared to go into the undergrowth. Eleanor Roosevelt said, go so far into the undergrowth that you can't hear the fucking ease. There you are, big cat, minding your own business, doing your tinky winky, getting great. And here they come. But you're prepared. Picked at the post. Namaste! Cat, cat! Cat, cat!